Ancient Egypt, a civilization revered for its monumental achievements and profound mysteries, a beacon of human ingenuity that continues to captivate us millennia after its sands swallowed its last pharaoh. But what if the history we've inherited, the grand narrative etched in stone and immortalized in papyrus, is not entirely true? What if, beneath the polished narratives of divine rulers and glorious triumphs, there lies a different story, deliberately obscured, cunningly distorted, and meticulously revised by the very individuals who commanded the land of the Nile? Welcome to Echoes of Time, your portal to the forgotten pages of history, as we journey beyond the venerated monuments and decipher the whispers of the Pharaohs' fabrications, decoding ancient Egypt's secret history. Prepare to question everything as we peel back the layers of deception and delve into the hidden agendas behind ancient Egypt's official narrative. For countless generations, our understanding of this extraordinary civilization has been largely shaped by the powerful figures who sat upon its throne. From the towering obelisks that pierce the heavens to the sprawling complexes of Karnak and Luxor and the intricate hieroglyphs that adorned their walls, these records served as more than mere chronicles of events. They were potent instruments of propaganda, meticulously crafted tools for legacy building, designed to solidify power, legitimize rule, and project an image of unparalleled strength and divine blessing. The pharaohs understood, with an almost prophetic insight, that to control the past was to control the present, and to shape the narrative was to sculpt the destiny of an entire nation. They curated their history not as neutral observers, but as active participants, authors of their own mythology, ensuring that only their preferred version of events endured. Consider for a moment the meticulous erasure of Akhenaten's revolutionary reign, a pharaoh who dared to challenge millennia of polytheistic tradition, who championed a singular deity, the Aten, and moved his capital to a virgin site, Amarna. His vision was radical, his impact profound, yet after his death, a concerted campaign of obliteration began. His monuments were systematically defaced, his name struck from the official king lists, his very existence an inconvenient truth that successive rulers sought to wipe from the collective memory. It was an unprecedented act of damnatio memoriae, an attempt to sever his reign from the unbroken lineage of pharaohs, to eradicate a politically and religiously inconvenient past. The sheer effort involved in chiseling away names, tearing down temples, and reinscribing cartouches speaks volumes about the perceived threat his legacy posed. It demonstrates a conscious, deliberate effort to manipulate historical continuity, to ensure that the official narrative remained seamless, untainted by such a dramatic departure from tradition. This wasn't merely neglect. It was an active war waged against memory itself, a desperate struggle to rewrite history and deny a radical era ever happened. The echoes of his absence still resonate today, a testament to the pharaoh's power not just over life and death, but over historical truth. And the fabrications extended far beyond the realm of religious revolution. Imagine the selective portrayal of battles, where military campaigns, perhaps inconclusive or even outright defeats, were miraculously transformed into glorious triumphs on monumental temple walls. The scenes depict pharaohs larger than life, personally vanquishing legions of enemies, their chariots crushing foes beneath their wheels, their arrows finding impossible marks. These were not objective historical accounts, but carefully curated masterpieces of heroic propaganda, designed to bolster a ruler's divine mandate and infallibility. A pharaoh, chosen by the gods, could not possibly suffer defeat. Any setback was either ignored, attributed to divine intervention in a later victory, or subtly reframed as a strategic retreat leading to a greater triumph. The psychological impact on a populace witnessing these depictions would have been immense, reinforcing their belief in the pharaoh's unparalleled power and wisdom, securing their loyalty, and inspiring national pride. The actual carnage, the strategic blunders, the human cost of war were conveniently omitted from the official record, buried beneath layers of glorious artistic rendering. Even the very succession of pharaohs, often depicted in official records as seamless, divinely ordained transitions of power, frequently masked fierce power struggles, assassinations, and blatant usurpations. The serene imagery of a son inheriting his father's throne, blessed by the gods, belied a far more cutthroat reality where ambition and treachery often dictated the course of royal lineage. Regicides, sudden deaths shrouded in mystery, and the rise of powerful courtiers or generals who seized the reins of power were often papered over with elaborate ceremonies and retroactive legitimization rituals. The new ruler, regardless of how they truly ascended, would quickly commission monuments proclaiming their divine right, their unbroken connection to the established order, erasing any trace of the brutal path they might have taken to the throne. These historical revisions were crucial for maintaining stability, for projecting an image of eternal order in a society deeply reliant on the perceived divine authority of its ruler. To admit to internal strife, to acknowledge a violent seizure of power, would have been to undermine the very foundation of pharaonic rule. But why would such powerful rulers, seemingly invincible and blessed by the gods, resort to such extensive historical manipulation? What drove these masters of monumental architecture and spiritual authority to actively obscure, distort, and even erase elements of their own past? One prevailing hypothesis suggests that pharaohs fabricated elements of history primarily to solidify their divine right to rule and legitimize their claim to the throne. In a society where the pharaoh was seen as a living god, a direct link between humanity and the divine, an unbroken and divinely blessed lineage was paramount. Any perceived weakness in their claim, any interruption in the sacred line could invite challenges to their authority. By crafting narratives of flawless succession, continuous divine favor, and an ancestry stretching back to the mythical primordial kings, they presented an unassailable image of legitimacy, weaving a tapestry of unbroken continuity sanctioned by the very heavens. This fabrication wasn't merely about personal ambition. It was about ensuring the stability of the state, binding the populace to a divinely sanctioned order. Another perspective argues that such revisions served a more pragmatic, though equally powerful purpose: to erase the memory of political rivals or periods of instability. Ancient Egypt, despite its outward grandeur, was not immune to internal turmoil, civil wars, or invasions. When a new dynasty emerged or a powerful ruler consolidated a fractured realm, the history of their predecessors, especially those deemed weak or illegitimate, might be systematically purged. By removing references to past challengers, to eras of chaos or foreign domination, the pharaohs could project an image of eternal strength and unwavering order. They sought to create a historical vacuum around inconvenient truths, allowing the current regime to stand as the ultimate embodiment of Egypt's enduring power and resilience. This selective amnesia served to bolster confidence in the current leadership and present a unified, invincible front both internally and to external threats. The past, in this view, was not a fixed record, but a malleable substance, to be reshaped and polished to serve the needs of the present. Yet, a more intriguing debate posits that these lies were not always malicious in intent, but rather strategic narrative constructions designed to unite a diverse populace under a singular, glorious vision of Egypt. The vast kingdom, stretching thousands of miles along the Nile, encompassed numerous distinct regions, cultures, and local deities. To foster a sense of national identity, a shared destiny, and collective purpose, pharaohs often utilized grand narratives of unified triumph, divine protection, and exceptionalism.
The fabrications might have been less about deception and more about inspiration, creating a powerful mythology that transcended local differences and bound the people together.
A shared, glorious past, even if partially embellished, could serve as a powerful psychological tool, forging a cohesive identity essential for governance and stability in a vast, ancient empire. In this light, the pharaohs were master storytellers, crafting narratives that served a greater national good, even if it meant bending the truth. Some scholars even suggest a deeper, more esoteric motivation, that certain events were deliberately obscured to protect powerful secrets or religious doctrines from the uninitiated. Ancient Egyptian religion was complex, filled with mystical rituals, secret knowledge, and intricate cosmological beliefs. Certain rites, the true names of gods, or the precise details of the journey through the afterlife might have been deemed too sacred, too potent, or too dangerous to be widely disseminated. By deliberately obscuring or creating ambiguous accounts of certain historical or religious events, the pharaohs and the powerful priesthood might have been safeguarding these profound truths, reserving them for an elite few, thereby enhancing their own spiritual authority and preserving the sanctity of their most sacred mysteries. These hidden truths, veiled behind layers of official narrative, could have been a means of protecting the spiritual integrity of the civilization itself, ensuring that ancient knowledge remained a powerful, exclusive domain. For millennia, historians and archaeologists have grappled with these inherent biases in the ancient records, meticulously trying to sift fact from deliberate fiction in the tireless pursuit of an authentic past. The monumental task involves a painstaking comparison of conflicting texts, the careful analysis of archaeological evidence unearthed from tombs and temple ruins, and the constant re-evaluation of long-held beliefs. It requires a critical eye to discern the propaganda from the genuine historical event, to differentiate between a pharaoh's self-aggrandizing claim and the actual lived reality of their reign. Every unearthed papyrus, every deciphered inscription, every carefully excavated site offers another piece of the puzzle, a potential counter-narrative, or a subtle clue to the hidden agendas behind ancient Egypt's official history. It is a detective story stretching across millennia, where the clues are often fragmented, the witnesses long silent, and the perpetrators masters of misdirection. Here, at Echoes of Time, we commit ourselves to this challenging quest. We meticulously analyze archaeological evidence, compare conflicting texts from disparate sources, and challenge long-held beliefs, pushing beyond the surface-level grandeur to expose the hidden truths that the pharaohs tried so hard to bury. We seek to understand not just what they chose to show us, but why they chose to hide what they did. What truths, what human dramas, what profound secrets truly lie buried beneath centuries of carefully constructed grandeur? It's time to peel back the layers of deception and discover the real stories the pharaohs tried to manipulate and control. Stories that echo with the raw complexities of human power, ambition, and the timeless quest for legacy. For in understanding their fabrications, we do not diminish their achievements. Rather, we gain a deeper, more nuanced appreciation for the ingenuity and psychological mastery of a civilization that built its legacy not just on stone, but on carefully crafted narratives. What other secrets, what other fundamental distortions might still be lurking in the hollowed halls of history, waiting for us to question everything we thought we knew?